Hi. The time is 2:54 a.m. It's Monday, March 25th, and this is part 7 or tape 7 or recording 7 of the set. My recordings. There's this YouTuber guy that used to do vlog YouTube videos. Like when the game started, maybe like around 2007 or 2008. His name is Michael Green, but it's spelled like Mikahel. Then his last name is Green, and like the color. And I ran into his channel like when I started doing the Play-Doh 28 stuff, and like it was weird because supposedly like in the channel it hinted that the guy died, like the guy like that he died or that he was killed. I think they hinted that he was killed, the guy. But I tried looking for any, like I said, I did the research for that game and I did the research for that person, and like whenever I will go online to like try to look into like to see if there's any like reports, like in the city where like, it happened or whatever, but there's no details about that, or at least I couldn't find any details, or maybe I didn't see the details about that. But at first, like in his channel, it kind of hints like that the guy kind of like passed away, and there's people talking about him and saying that he was doing like the channel and this and that, and a lot of people play with it, and the guy sounds kind of like he's like Scottish or like European. I don't know if he's from Europe or not, but and yeah, like that was weird. Like I thought that was weird, and then like after that, like I couldn't find any information, so I just like I left it to the side. Like inconclusive data. It's just kind of like I took it as it's just like that happened to the guy in his personal life, and that's it. And then later on, like recently, like when I went back to like do more research, like kind of like review, like I found like all these channels, because as the game ended, as the Warhol game ended, all these channels that weren't there before started popping up. Like so I'm guessing there was channels that went private. Like all their videos went private. Like my wife, but then she erased her channel. She erased Monstar 238855 and Venus 0167 because that's another account that I made for her, because for that one the partner of that one would have been the Daft Punk account. Me and her would go into the Borg servers and we'll play like with them, and that way, like when she was doing the monster stuff for the Dominic 2122, like it wouldn't interfere, and that way they wouldn't know that it was us. But any modders or any like developers that were playing, if they would have scanned the IPs, they would have known that it was us. And I knew that, and I would tell her that, but she wouldn't take it. She wouldn't take it as anything. But I know that there's, I'm pretty sure that at least half of the board people are modders and developers, or modders and developers, right? And I'm pretty sure that a good amount of them work together, and that's part of it. So yeah, the Venus one, we will use it to go into the servers, because when I seen that she wasn't gonna take the Monster account to what I wanted, like I did the Daft Punk as a backup, like the Venus videos, but since I didn't intend to put myself, and she didn't intend to put herself in those videos for YouTube like that. At least not at that time. It was kind of like, it was pointless, but it wasn't pointless because no matter what, I still did the YouTube videos for them. Like they're still there for on the Daft Punk channel. They should still be there, and you should be able to find like the Venus 0167 player right there, and that's me and Berta playing in the servers, like random servers, and because at that time I was already tagging her, like kind of like, and she wasn't fulfilling her part of the deal for what the whole Mozart, Dominic's excuse was, and that's how I started, like, that's how I knew that she had already taken it to something that wasn't what we had agreed on, and I don't know. The reason I'm mentioning the Michael Green stuff is because, if everything that she told me is true, and the guy came to come and visit her, see, she sees it as something like cool, but I don't see it as something cool. I see it as something kind of like creepy, because like I said, let me give you an example, right? See, like if it was a contest, and like they say there was a contest for to get a visit from Katy Perry, that one will be understandable. Like why somebody would be like, oh cool, like if Katy Perry was to come and visit me, I'm like, oh that's cool. And that one will be understandable, because she's a pretty female and she's famous, and it's known, that's the main part of this. It's known, it's public, publicly known. See, public is important and private is important, see, but private has its purposes and it has its benefits and it has its downsides, just like public, public, same thing, right? And everything about the Mozart account and the Dominus 2122, she kept trying to make it private, right? And I'm like, why are you trying to make it private if the whole purpose of the account is to go public, See, she tried to make it seem like I was against her playing with that person, and I wasn't against her playing with that person. It's just that once I seen that she wasn't doing the part of the deal which she had agreed to, then I knew that her loyalty had been switched, and by that I mean that her loyalty had been switched. Means that her loyalty wasn't for the goal no more. The loyalty of what the purpose of that was for her own goal, for her own purposes, and for that person. Because every time that I kept trying to tell her to make it public, I would tell her like the whole purpose of that was for her to play and see who could gather viewers to start putting them into the other channels, and she had agreed to it. But then once we started, and she started communicating with the guy, see, because I was doing my own thing, and like I said, I know she cheats, and it's not me hating, right? Because I wouldn't try to stop it, because it would just be being paranoid. But I know she would cheat, but like I said before, in tape 6, she would hide it really good, so then she wouldn't make it obvious she wouldn't make it obvious at all. So then the only way that I knew is just because I know the way that she is, and I know that she would cheat, so I wouldn't do anything about it, but when she started acting weird about that, then I'm like, alright, right now what she's falling for that, she's falling for the game, and she's gonna let her guard down, she's gonna let her guard down on both sides. She's gonna let her guard down on this side, which is on my side. She's gonna let her guard down on that side, which was on the person, the Dominic's guy, the Dominic's 122 or Desi, so I'm pretty sure it's him. And that's what she did. She let her guard down on that side, because like I said, she was in a rush to lose her digital virginity. Because from what I know, that's just the way she is. She's in a rush to be the first to do stuff like that. I get the concept, and maybe people haven't thought about it like that already. Now you guys start seeing it like that, and that's what it is. All right. And see, don't I think for some people, it's gonna for some people, for the newer younger people, it's gonna it might overlap, right? So like, let's say a teenager meets a girl online, and he's a virgin and she's a virgin, and they hook up. Then the real hookup is gonna overlap their digital hookup, and then they might get over that. They might, but cheating, the people that cheat for whatever reason they cheat, and it applies different to everybody. But hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about right here. Alright, so for the microgreen, the concept that I'm talking about is that like recently, like not recently, but like a couple months ago, maybe like in October, December, I was already working a job, and I was able to like stabilize my situation to be able to continue uploading for Warhawk, and like I was able to stabilize my situation to continue uploading for Warhawk up to the end of the game in January 30th. I think I said 29th, but I think it might have been 30th or 31st. I think it was the 31st, January 31st, 2019. So I was able to stabilize the situation. So like right now, at the time of this recording, I'm already moving. Like I'm already getting ready to making my apartment where I'm staying, because like I said, all this happened really quick because of what I'm telling you. Like that person was trying to prevent me from being able to upload for Play-Doh. Excuse me. For the Play-Doh 28 account. And then the other one, like he was trying to get erased. That's why he took the situation with Bertha and Mozart, and he did it to the way that he did it. It's just, he got greedy, and he's like, well, Bertha's not ugly. I would tell her that all the time. I'm like, I would tell her you're not ugly, Bertha. And I think she knows she's not ugly, but she likes to pretend. And maybe she has like low self-esteem, but I would tell her straight out because she wasn't ugly, and I would tell her because she wasn't ugly, and I guess she took it the wrong way, because I would tell her because she wasn't ugly, but for that guy to come and visit her from all the way to Canada to over here, it's not because she's pretty. I'm like, the guy's just pretty much the guy's seeing you like a prostitute, and he's just coming all the way over here to get a hookup because that's what he sees that it's what it takes. That's what he sees that it took him at that time. And he's willing to do that because that's what he does. See, that's what he does. He plays with gamers online, and he hooks up with them. And see, there's a chance that she might be okay with that, but from what I understand of her, she's not okay with that. She's okay being the cheater, but she's not okay. She's okay. She's okay, she's okay with the guys that she cheats if they have a girlfriend, because she thinks she's the one getting the advantage. Alright, so the girls are being cheated on, so she feels special. But if it would be the other way around, like if she would be, and like let's say she hooks up with some guy that, she's cheating, she's cheating, like when she was married to me, let's say she cheated with some guy that didn't have anybody, then at the moment that the guy will hook up with some girl too, then she would have taken it personal, because she would have felt like kind of like, he shouldn't have to cheat because, he's giving it to her and to him, and see, that's the kind of thing that happened to her. That I think that she was going out with somebody at work, and the guy started dating somebody, and she couldn't handle it, and when the opportunity came for the monster stuff, she took it to a very dark side very quick because she was just trying to get laid to get over that breakup, because that's what I understand from people that break up. That's the way they have it portrayed, or that's the way it is. And then, to me, the way that I see it is it's a reproduction code. It's a code from nature to get people to reproduce. People are in a relationship, and people are in a relationship, and because they're in love or whatever they want to call it, they reproduce. All right, and let's say let's say in a perfect situation, they keep reproducing, so they keep, the reproduction code keeps serving its purpose. So if a family is in good standing, then they're fulfilling their requirements. Okay, so let's say a couple that's not reproducing, then they're not fulfilling the requirements. So then nature creates hostility through work and personal life, and personal differences. The guy growing up in a different location from the female, and they have different point of views, and even if they will grow together, since they can't occupy the same space and time and space. See, they can occupy the same space, but not at the same time, because at the point that you are, like, you're the listener. If it's not me that's listening to this, like, whoever's listening to this, if it's random people or multiple people, you're the listeners. Where you're standing there right now, that's the space that you're occupying right now. The person next to you is standing in their own space, and unless that person becomes you guys can't occupy the same space and time. Right? Sex is an attempt of trying to occupy the same space and time, which is the unification of the body, and that's where it starts getting religious, but it's not. It is religious, but in a way it's not, but it is, because it has to do with the concept of unity, which is to become one, to become one with God, to return back to, this is the concept that I talk about in other stuff, or in other writings I posted on Facebook, where I talk about that, the unification of that, and that's the thing that I'm trying to get at on that. I know that all these speeches might seem like they're not related, but they all, like I said, they all circle to, it's the common concept that I'm trying to explain here, that the people that are on the developer side, they have a window into your personal life, and if you've managed to catch their eye, and they start focusing on you, and they obsess over you, then they start paying attention to you, and they start categorizing your data for personal use. And that's what I'm keeping and saying, that it's becoming dangerous, because then, like I said, once they make contact, because of that, it's a whole different thing. If it would be making contact because they're developers too, then I would understand that. I would understand that, but for the way that they're making it, it's not that. See, do you get what I mean? Right? Like I said, if we're just happy and none of this applies, then it's just, it could still be true. It just doesn't apply, because maybe the situation isn't good, but if she got played, then all this might apply. And like I said, it's not me just being mad, because like I said, I was aware that she was talking to him. I was aware that he was playing, but I wasn't aware that she went out of her way to speed up the time. That she played off. Like I said, I knew she was cheating, but I wouldn't go out of my way to prove it. So what happened is that she went out of her way to make contact with that person on the side, without me knowing. And like, I wasn't paying attention to that. It's not that I wasn't paying attention to that, but like I said, I know she cheats. I don't focus on that because, like I said, it was more important to me to be spending time with my son, and that's what I was doing. I was doing YouTube, but spending time with my son, and she took advantage of that. She took advantage of that. She took it, and that's the thing. That's the thing. See, like anybody that lives where I'm staying, like the neighbors, they heard the situation because what we're staying at, what we're staying at it's a small apartment, and she was working, and like I said, she was working around at work too, so she started having issues at work, and she started trying to start stuff with me when she would get home. Like I said, as soon as she would get home, she would try to start something with me, and I'm like, okay, I know what she's doing. She's trying to start something with me too. She's trying to start something with me because she wants to go kick it. She wants to go do something. Somebody's bugging her to go kick it with her, and she wants to. And usually she doesn't because usually people respect the rules and they play by the game. And she went over her limit. Like she wouldn't take any vacation time. So what I'm thinking is that she would take vacation days off to go fly, and stuff like that. But I'm guessing she started hanging out with too many people, or she started like overusing it, and she kind of like ran out of those excuses. So then it started causing issues for her to spend time with other people that were not at work or not as important to the life, and because of that, it started causing issues because she started trying to make space for that time during our time, and it makes sense because in 2007 when she was working at the job that she was working, she was doing like she had just been working there like a year, and I guess the company was like, based on what she was telling me, they were doing good, so I guess they were trying to get her to socialize more with her. But what I think is that she was using that as an excuse to go. That's when she started, hanging out with that person and the Dominic's person, and because occasionally she would go out on the weekends. Supposedly it wasn't people, and like I said, I'm not looking to. At the time, I wasn't looking to kick it with people. I was just spending time with my son because I understand that sometimes, even though they're not bad intentions, if you spend time with a person and you guys like each other, you guys might be attracted, to want to do stuff, and it's natural, and I understand that, but that's why people are supposed to stay away from that. Like if you're married, that's why you're supposed to stay away from that, and if you're single and if you're interested, then there's nothing to stop. The only thing that if a person doesn't have any morals or control, then they can get out of hand and stuff like that. That's the only thing where it causes issues. But other than that, it's like I said, I wasn't against, but going out of her way to go find somebody. Just she broke the trust. And she started putting other people in front of our plans. And that's the thing where I had the issues with her, that we had plans, and everything that she did, it could have been part of the plan. It just she went and she did her own thing, and in the process of that, she messed up, and she got into a situation where she couldn't get out of, or she hasn't gotten out of, and that's why she chose the path that she chose. Because a while back, like where we were staying at, like in 2015, it was 2015, yeah, like towards the end of 2015 maybe, or yeah, I think it's 2015. Yeah, like around maybe like April or May 2016, 15, where we were staying at. I was working there. Like I was working a job at that time where we were staying at, and I was working a really kickback job. I was getting paid $17 an hour. And I think that I didn't like the people that were working there, so I didn't stay there long. And where we were staying at, the manager was a female. You know, she was a pretty female. But like I said, I'm not interested in messing around. And you know, it was like whatever. So eventually, you know, eventually the manager got changed for a guy, and the guy wasn't a nice guy. You know, I haven't never had like I'll tell a guy like, you know, I'll determine the situation or analyze the situation, and then I don't take offense to it or they don't take it the wrong way. Then I'll tell a guy like that, hey, you know, you're a good looking guy or whatever, you know, or you know, conversation is a comment or this or whatever, you know, and like I said, the guy wasn't a nice guy, so I'm like, oh fuck, you know, I'm like, you know, we're just gonna fuck around right here, and she's gonna fuck around like constantly because, like I said, the guy wasn't a nice guy, and I'm not gonna be working a job with some people that I don't like for her to be benefiting that like that, you know, like that. I'm not against it if she's down, you know. I'm not a player hater, you know, but if that's the way she's down, then because I don't want to fuck around, you know, she should be the one that should be working, and you know, because of that, then she started working, and I guess when she did the company down the apartments, either they went out of business, or maybe because the guy didn't get his benefit, then he closed down the facility to recycle the tenants, you know. But to this day, the apartment is still closed right now. Okay, because I think they got into some other issues because of the process of that. They got into some other issues because they got the attention of like other stuff, you know, and like I'm talking about like code violations, like maintenance, like the way they have the apartments. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Just like right here where I'm staying, there's a bunch of code violations, and you know, a byproduct of all this situation could be that this place gets shut down. So the apartments, because you know they don't maintain them right. So yeah, like in 2015, like around, I'm gonna say maybe like around the beginning of 2000, like at the end, like at the very end. Yeah, cause it was sucky because it was a new year, and we got notified that the apartments we were staying had been red tagged, and they were unsuitable for for people to live there. You know, we had to move out. Like, we don't have nowhere to go. You know, we don't have nowhere to go, so we stayed there. You know, everybody left. You know, everybody left except a couple people. You know, a couple people left, and then like a week or two, and then they came back, and then they seen that we were still living there, so then they stayed there too. And then other people didn't leave either; they stayed there too because, you know, it happens so fast, and you know, nobody knew what to do, and you know, everybody stayed there as much as they could, you know. But then what I think is that the city, or I think the guy that was running the apartment last, I think he tried to cheat the system. So I think the guy was working for the company that was maintaining the apartment. So what he did is that he caused a situation for the apartment to get red tagged, so it could get like kind of like repossessed and go into default, and then he could buy it at a cheaper price. But in the process of that, either the owner or the city, I'm thinking the city became interested in that land because it's in the corner of a main street, you know, main streets. And I think that what happened is that the city is going up against that company to try to take over that land, to control that, because all that area would be a good area for like business, for offices. And I think in the process of that person caused that to happen. And right, so the point is that from January 2016 to maybe like around March, or maybe like the beginning of April, because I think my son's birthday is in April, and we spent 2016 for my son's birthday. We spent it at Motel 6 because at that time, we spent the 6 months in the apartment when it was already evacuated because we didn't have anywhere to go. But then I just started working her job, and then if we went just anywhere, she risked losing that job. So what we did is that we just stayed there. Everything was still, all the utilities were still good. But what happened is that since other people came back and they stayed there, then it started getting too much attention. So then the guy that was maintaining the apartment, like I said, he caused that to happen because he was trying to buy the land. So then once it got government attention, then the government made sure that he closed it down. And they started boarding up the apartments, and me and my son and Bertha, we stayed there as long as we could. And then on one of the days that we went out, like we went out to go to stuff to the library and stuff, because we went to the library because towards the end of the 6 months, by that time they had already cut the power off. They had taken the power, they had taken the water. The water, they had shut it off, but not from all the units. The apartment is set up like in 2 rows. One sideways and one, like a T. And on our side was the one where they took off all the power and the water. So I'm like, oh, the guy that's running the apartment, he wants us to get out of here because of the way the land laws work. That, I don't want to get into detail on that because it's not about that. But the point is that because the government got involved, then they made him, or because of his own reasons. On these things, because his own reasons. That as soon as we gave him enough time, he boarded up the walls, like he boarded up the windows and the doors, and let's say we couldn't get back in, and then that day, like me and Bertha and Nathan, like I said, we didn't know what to do because, Bertha had just started working her job, and, so like we went to the beach and we spent it there for a while. Like we spent the night there, like we spent the whole night out there. Like I was just like, this sucks. And, that sucks the situation, man. That sucks that I was thinking that sucks that, all because, people are gonna hate me because of this baby, and people are gonna think it's wrong. But I was like, that sucks because Bertha cheated, and because she cheats, that it's hard for me to work a job and, be able to feel like I can actually, accumulate something to be successful, and not just be benefiting everybody else that she's working around, because since she's hiding it, she's not gonna give me any benefit, and she didn't, that was the issue. That since she wasn't stupid, she knew that if I knew that she was cheating as much as she was cheating, she knew that I wasn't gonna be okay with that, and because she's not. She benefits sometimes, but most of the time the only people that benefit are the other people, and she knows that. But since she's just doing it for the pleasure, then that's the thing where I had the issue with her. That I would tell her that, that when people cheat like that, then, kind of like she's screwing us over because she's not getting any benefit for us, and she's only getting like selfish benefit that benefits them, and. I know that a lot of people are gonna hate this part of the conversation, but the way that I would see it, that if she was gonna do it anyways, I was gonna try to back it up so that she wouldn't get stuck in a situation where she got blackmailed, and if she ever got in trouble, and I could help her out. And I told her that if she ever lied to me and I couldn't trust her, that it was gonna be really hard for me to help her out because, you know, I gotta look out for myself. And in the process of that, then if I can't trust her, you know, I can't act on certain situations based on what she tells me because, you know, she's done it to me before where she tries to make a situation overlap to something else to try and get a benefit for another reason, and that's what she was trying to do this time also. You know, but she got played. You know, she got played, you know, she had fun, but she got played. And so yeah, like at the time of this recording, I'm getting ready to move out. Like it's already the 25th, and right now it's 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And like I said, I lost my job because of the third-party system that I was telling you about. You know, the company where I work at, they're a bottling company. They provide they provide a process that cleans the bottles, but it's just a scam. It's a third-party scam. It's for liability reasons for insurance companies, for the companies that package like product. They use that company as a way of like kind of like cashing out money. So what they do is that let's say you have a company and you have money invested in the company. I'm gonna say illegally. But I think it's more legally than illegally. Okay, so I'm gonna jump back to legally. So I'm gonna say you have this company. You know, let's say you have a company that's worth, you know, a certain amount of money, right? And you want to get that money, you want to access that money, but you can't because it's money that only belongs for the company use. So what they do is that, you know, your company, you invest in a product. You know, you invest in a product or you create a product, you make a product, you know. So if your company creates a product that you bottle water, then, you know, if you bottle water, you know, you're being smart because, you know, it's just water, you know, you filter it and, you know, you make the most out of it. But for water, the government gets involved because that's their kind of like that's their slice. The government's gonna get the best deals because, like I said, they're in charge of the whole ecosystem, so they gotta have the upper hand, and I understand that. And alright, so like I said, so I don't sidetrack too much. So then, what they do is that the company, you know, they bottle, you know, you see you bottle a product, you bottle soup, right? So you knowing this, you're not bottling to actually make money off of the product. You know, you don't care if the product sells or not. Okay, because you're not using it to make product off of that. All right, any sales that you make is just extra benefit, but you're not counting on that. All right. What they do is that they send their product to those locations. So in the process of that, any damaged product that goes through the hand of other people, by the product touching the hand of other people, third party system takes effect. Right? So as soon as your product ships out, whoever touches that product that came to pick it up, they're liable. The company is liable for that. And once the company takes liability for that, if they drop it, then you could claim an insurance form. You could claim an insurance slip. You could claim insurance on that product. So the companies, they're doing it too, and it's a give and take. The only thing that not all the companies that are playing that game understand that, and all the companies that understand that know how it works, and that's what I'm trying to say. See, because there's companies that work with other companies, and there's companies that are being managed by somebody that understands how it works, but they don't tell everybody how it works. You know, because they're the ones that are in charge. So in order for liability to take effect, it has to touch stranger hands. right? It has to touch somebody. It has to touch somebody's hands. It's not associated with that directly. It could be an employee. It could be an employee. It could be anybody random, or it could be another company. So like, let's say you ship the product, and the truck driver that works for another company, or even for your own company, does a quick turn, and two of the pallets they flipped over and all the bottles pop. The product has a high value. The raw product is the product before it hits retail. All right. So that's what this is not. You're not gonna find a book where it tells you that. Okay, this is my explanation of it. This is my identification of what, for you to understand the concept, right? So my explanation of this, or raw product, or AW, is any product that hasn't gone into retail, right? And any product that hasn't gone into retail has a high value, right? So let's say a bottle of Coca-Cola, in a raw situation, or AW, its price is higher, so each bottle of soda will be worth, like, let's say, I'm gonna exaggerate here, but let's say like $10, right? $10 a bottle, right? And that's cheap, right? I'm saying that's cheap, right? Because I will hear the company talk about, and I will see the invoices, and I will see the product, and I will see that the bottles were like expensive, at a raw status, or AW. So what they do is that they hire up the product to ensure it, to make sure it gets taken care of. But at the same time, they're exploiting that. Because at the same time, they're counting on it to get damaged. And at the same time, they try to cause situations where it gets damaged. Right? They try to cause situations, and the way that they try to cause situations, they increase demand. They increase the speed of the demand to increase, the workers have to hurry up and cause, erratic work, and people will hit each other's way, and in the process of that, it creates a chaos. And every time they damage stuff, then the cameras record that it was damaged, under truthful situation, so then they could claim insurance, and the product gets thrown away, So for each product, it gets thrown away in the raw process, or the raw status, RAW. That company makes more than what it's worth at retail. See, so they're not interested in retail. See, and retail is just an excuse to have that company going, but they're not making their money out of the retail. All right, and that connects to the part that I was talking about in, I think, tape 6. When we're talking about the H company, they have a certain amount of employees for a certain amount of work, and each company has to have an extra employee that's not doing anything, right? And I know that sounds crazy, but each company, for let's say for every 5 people that you need for a job, there's one person in that group that's not gonna do anything, and they title him as manager to hide that, to cover that, right? To cover that, they cover it as a title manager, right? And that's how they hide that. Okay. And the thing is that when the work is needed, then that person needs to step in and do some of the work. But there's some people that they don't want to, because then, they let the power go to their head, and they feel like, oh, because they're managers, that now they're not obligated to participate in that workforce, or that work field. And that's something that I have seen that happens to employees, working in different jobs. That's what I've seen, and that's what I've seen that happen to Bertha, that she got into a situation where she started working in an office, and I have worked in jobs where I work in office, and I seen the way that guys talk to girls, and I knew she was gonna go through that, and I knew she wasn't gonna be able to resist, because they try to make them feel like super special, because she would tell me that from all the females that worked there, she was the most attractive one there, and I'll be like, oh, that makes sense why I knew that makes sense why she likes her job. And she had told me that there was a guy working there before, when she started working there, that she liked, and that makes sense, because she used to like working there a lot when she started working there, and I wouldn't be opposed to that because I always had I always had open conversations with Berta because I was trying to make it for us to last, even though we're not compatible in any way, like in the way we think or nothing like that. I was trying to make it for us to last and establish something together, even though we have different points of views. And so when I talk with her, I would tell her that in situations like that, and I'll explain to her. And she doesn't realize it, but like when I was working in the company, like when I was working in 2006, 2010, I was working in a company. Yeah, 4 years I was working there. It was a good time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I was making good money. Like we didn't live on our own, but it was a good time. And see, I'm pretty sure at that time, and she cheated. Like at that time, I wasn't paying attention, so I was working. And like I said, I was still mad at her because she cheated the first time. Man, like, I was just focused on, like I said, I was just focused on doing my own thing. And if she cheated at that time, at any time, like I wasn't aware of it. Even though she went to school a couple of times, and there's a couple of issues that came up. But like I said, she was really good at hiding it, so then I wouldn't look into it. Even though I knew there was stuff there to look into, I wouldn't look into it because, like I said, she would do a good job at hiding it. And like I would talk to her and I would explain to her that the way people are at work, the way it works. Like I would explain to her the inventory. Pretty much, I would explain to her how the whole system of a company works, from inventory from beginning to end, and all the steps and all that. She doesn't realize that I was giving her the information that she was giving me when she started working. But at the same time, I would tell her certain situations. And I think at the same time, then she started to think those stories were about me. And she started trying to duplicate that on top of that. So yeah, that's part of the conversation. That I think all these recordings are for my own purpose. And like I said, some of it, if anything that I'm talking about is, if there's any truth to it, the truth between Bertha and that Dominic's 2122, supposedly his name is Joseph Adams. That's what she said. That's what she said. If any of it is true, then these recordings are going to be used for legal reasons, because legal reasons are going to occur out of this because of everything that happened the way it happened. I know that's what's going to happen, and that's why I'm saying that the dates are important, because today's March the 25th. Right now the time is 3:43 a.m. I haven't spoken to Bertha or Nathan in maybe 3 weeks or a month. Okay. And even before that, I already, like I said, in tape 2 or tape 3, I really hadn't been talking to him because as soon as Nathan was mad at me because he thought that I was making a big deal out of nothing. He thinks I'm making a big deal out of nothing, and Bertha lied to him. And she told him that I was making a big deal out of nothing because it wasn't like that, because that's what she does. And so Nathan's mad at me in that sense. Like he was mad at me like that. Okay. And Bertha, she told me that she didn't want anything to do with me, and she didn't want anything to do with me no more. And she pretty much she ended the relationship. She broke up with me. She had this speech, kind of we gotta go on our own paths, kind of all that shit. it's for the best. That's what they told me. You know, so I haven't really tried to make contact with them because pretty much he told me that's it. There's no need for it right there. Like I said, like I haven't been able to, like the job that I was working at, like I got into some issues because they figured out they seen that I figured out they figured out that I seen the way they work, or they figured out that I know how to run that, and they started to get threatened by me. They started to get threatened by, as it is, they were threatened by my resume. They were threatened by my resume when I started working there because I worked for a lot of companies that are kind of like a big deal in the market, and I guess it seems like I'm trying to be a big shot or something, but I'm not. I'm like this, like not the way that I am. I'm not even like close to like I know this I know it's not polite to talk about like yourself, but that's not the way that I am. But I understand why some people might think that, but I'm not saying that I can't be. I'm not saying that I won't be, but I'm saying that they misunderstood the situation there, right? And another thing is I made the mistake of when I applied there, I put all the information like if I was still married but not married. I put in like I was like single, but I put in like information there that that I should have put in. So when we did the background check, and the information confirmed that that I was married. So then the manager tried to play me, like they tried to play me all the time. And like anybody that works, that's out there, if these tapes get heard by other people, like anybody that works, some of you have been in a situation where your managers or your employers, they try to use your family as leverage to be like, oh, remember you have a family, you don't want to lose your job because you think you're somebody, or stuff like that. I'm making an exaggerated comment right there, but I'm pretty sure some people have actually been through that exact comment like that. And right, what happened is that because I understood the way the system works. Like one of the managers working there, he didn't like me. He didn't like me at all. Like when I went to go apply for the job, like the girl that hired me, she was pretty cool, and like she was pretty cool, but because of the way that I look, like to describe the way that I look is the way that I look, the way that I think that I look. But people had told me different like versions. So the way that I think, the best way that I like to describe it, when I want to be super conceited, is I always say that I'm Spaniard-astic, and I'm Spaniard-astic. I'm not Aztec Spaniard, I'm Spaniard-astic. Anybody that looks into me, you'll see why I say that, because people tell me that I look Aztec, like I look Mexican, like Mexican. I'm like, well, I tell people that it's because I'm the original, because I'm not Mexican. Because I tell people, like I'm joking around, maybe, right? But I tell people that I'm the original. I tell people I'm the original one, and all the rest of you guys are copies, and how they say that mankind was made after the image, and I tell them that I am the image, and that's why people think that I look Mexican, but I'm not. That's why I say that I'm Spaniard-astic, because of that. And that's just me being funny, Or at least I think I'm being funny, but maybe not. So yeah, like, all that's part of it. All that's part of the conversation. It's important because of the time. Like I said, right now, I'm getting ready to move out, and the details of that are still, TBA to be announced. And so yeah, like pretty much because I understood the way the company worked, and I was just trying to work, and I was just trying to work and continue the YouTube stuff, and they weren't okay with that. They didn't want me to just be, they didn't want me to just be working there 8 hours. They wanted me to be working there 16 hours. And the only reason why they wanted me to be working 16 hours is because, like I said, for every amount of work, a certain amount of workers are needed. And, for anybody that works for any company, for all the pretty girls that are working in HR in the company, it is costing your job. I wasn't trying to do that, right? But anybody that works in a company, they know that the HR rep, they really don't have nothing to do. So what the HR reps do sometimes is that in order for them, depending on the person, some people don't care, so they get by like whatever, and it is like whatever because for the most part, as long as they stay out of them, pretty much, if the boss doesn't care about you, then you're good. He's gonna leave you alone. But if you're a hot female, the boss is gonna want to keep talking to you, and that's gonna cause issues for you because you have nothing to do. So then, based on the way that you think, if you're down to fuck, sorry females if you guys get offended by the way that I'm talking, if you guys hear this, but if you're down to fuck, then you're gonna be just fine. You're gonna keep your job as long as you're down to fuck, and that's it. But if you start getting clingy and you start demanding stuff, like thinking like you have the upper hand, you forget that you're under in a lower title, and that's the way they see it, and that's the way that I was helping her. And I think she got stupid. And I don't mean stupid literally, but I think she forgot that, and I think she got stuck into a situation like that at her work. Right, but to not sidetrack too much off of that, like I said, all these recordings are for my purpose. So if I sidetrack to that, it's because it is part of that, and that's what all this is part of, and everything else is just a plus to it, but it's part of it. Alright, but to not sidetrack too much. So all the HR reps, they don't have nothing to do. So if you're a productive person, or if you're just social, and you work as an HR, what you do, or what they do is that they make appointments. They make appointments to see. So if I'm an HR person, right? I'm an HR person, and my job is an HR person. I'm a guy, and I got nothing to do this week, and I feel like seeing some females. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna go look up for female names, and I'm gonna interview one female every day, and based on the way that the female reacts to me, then the interview can be quick, or the interview can be a long interview. Alright? So if a female reacts to me, like, kind of like, she's not like that, but I think she's really pretty, then I might give her the job just because of that, thinking that over time, that I'll soften her up to that, and that's what they do. That's what companies do. The employers, whether it's a female or a male, right? See, they have the personal interest, see, and they hire the people to the way that they want to, for whatever reasons they want to. All right. So the HR person, the HR person holds one of those empty spots that has nothing to do, but is needed just in case. But because they title it as HR, then in the process of that, they block themselves from that person being used. So then they have an extra person that they can use. So what they do is they create a reason for them to be there. So which is, hiring, alright? So when the HR person hires someone, like they say like they hired me, and they hired me for a job that they don't have, and the only purpose that serves is for liability reasons. Alright, so what they do is that the HR person fulfills her job by doing their interviews, hiring somebody every time they need somebody for liability reasons for product. They hire somebody. Right. So this is the example. Right. So I'm gonna say in March. In March, this is not true. This part is just an example. So in March they hire someone. Right. So okay, no, let me start over. So in March, the HR rep interviews for 3 weeks. They interview. Right. In those 3 weeks, they accumulate product that needs to get damaged to request the insurance form to get the liability payoff. So what they do is that the HR person interviews for those 3 weeks. In the process of that, she's giving herself, a job to do, and in the process of that, she's meeting cool people. Some people she meets are gonna be cool, because they're being their best, because they're interviewing. So she's gonna get to talk to a lot of interesting people that are talking to her nice because they want something. People that want something will always talk to you nice. Well, some don't care, but people that want to try to be like that. And if it's a female with self-confidence, she could handle that, and she could know that she's in charge, and she could know that no matter what they say, she's always gonna be in control, and she's gonna make sure that she only picks the ones that she wants, not the ones that convince her to think that she wants that. And a female with low confidence or low self-esteem or just low morals, then they're gonna take that and they're gonna take it into something like I said, something borderline, prostitution. And that's something that all the time, Bertha, that some companies do, and not as openly like that. But yeah, like I had told her, the company that she's working for, like I had done research on that company too, and like I don't want to mention that company right now. Like I said, if any of this connects to something else, then if any of this connects to anything, then all these recordings are gonna be part of something like not basic. It's gonna be something like kind of like unbelievable how it all connects, right? But the company that the Berto works for, well, I don't know if she's still working for. I get the feeling that she's not working there no more. But the company that Berto works for, they use X, the letter X a lot, and they use it a lot. And I don't want to be specific too much, because if I start specifying, and anybody that's not supposed to be doing the research on it does the research before it is anything, and they're gonna start like speculating to this now, alright? So the company that she works for will be anybody that hears this recording that's not me, that's authorized to be able to figure that out, or can just figure it out on their own. Doesn't need me to mention the companies, alright? So then the company that Berto was working for, or works for, they use the X a lot, and the X symbol is, a symbol of, the porn industry. And I told her like a while back, like, I was thinking, that company is a front for a porn place, like a porn studio, and she had mentioned to me on certain occasions that sometimes they would go and record stuff there. Like they had like a special room where they were going to do recordings like with people, and then they would leave, and then but that's like it was separate from what they would do. So I'm like, oh, because I worked in places like I worked for a little bit. I worked in this company where they make pillows, with feathers. And when I went to go interview, I went to go interview in one of the manager's office, and the manager's offices had 2 beds, and I'm like right away, I'm like, oh, that manager right there, he makes porn. He uses his office to make porn on that at work, and they make porn at work, and it's part of the company, but separately, and those beds there are up front, because they don't make beds, they make pillows, and they're just, they didn't make any sense right there. So I'm like, oh, so that's what that guy does, he does porns in his job, and he gets the females to, girls, from what I see, girls are down to, to fuck, and the ones that are not down to fuck, just like that, they're down to fuck for money. That's what I see, and the guys that don't do it is because they just don't want to, or they're too scared, or they don't want to get any other trouble or that, but whatever, that's not the point of it. Right, so I would have conversations with Britta, kind of like hinting her to not to get too involved with that company, because the way that she was supposed to work, which was our deal, she was only supposed to work there for a little bit to help me get a good job, because I have the experience, right? She was supposed to work a little bit to help me get a good job, opposite hours of what she was working, so that once I got a job, then she could look for a better job opposite hours from what I was working, because for a long time we tried to do that, and for a long time, for the entire time that we're married, we tried to both work and be able to make it opposite hours, and for some reason it didn't never overlap like that, or maybe she wasn't making it like that, maybe she made it on purpose, like she went out of her way to not try to play in the right places, or maybe I did, I don't know, right? But the point is that, she was only supposed to work there enough for her to get some rep for, she hadn't been working a steady job in a long time, so, she was only supposed to be working there to start up again, and, once she started up again, she was supposed to get me, she was working in an office, she has contact with a lot of people, and, she's fucking around and she should have contact with people, but I see that her problem is that she wants to fuck around privately for me not knowing, that it's hard for her to recommend me to those people, and her lose control that, they might tell me stuff that fuck up her game, but that's when we were married, we're not together no more, so like I said, it's just part of the conversation, and a year passed by and she was still working there, and nothing, she wouldn't talk about it and stuff like that. Whenever she doesn't want to talk about stuff, she's away, so and I already know that, so I'm not gonna get out of her any conversation. That's the thing about her, like, anything that she doesn't want to tell you, she's not gonna tell you no matter what. Anything that she's not gonna tell, she's not gonna do no matter what. She won't do it no matter what. Like, even in situations where it comes close to kind of like force, then it might be a situation where it seems like it's forced, but if she's down for it, then she'll allow it. So kind of like at first, kind of how they how they say that she let herself get recorded, and at first she was down for it, but she was because she wants to believe that she can find somebody that loves her, like in the beginning. And I'm not saying that she can, I'm not saying that she will, out, and I'm not saying that she won't. But she wanted to believe that she could find someone like that. Or at least that's what she would tell me. Maybe it was just, BS. Alright? And that's the thing that kind of told her, like, as people go into relationships and they get scarred because, the breakups and the cheats and whatever. Or not necessarily cheating, but like they say you do things right, and you say you're going out with somebody and then you don't want to go out with them, you see somebody else and you try to do things right, if that person's not ready to give it up, then they might take it the wrong way, even though you're trying to do things right. See, and that's what will happen because on many occasions, like I tried to separate you from Bertha because I knew that the way that she was, like, I knew that she wasn't trying to help me out. Like, her whole family, like, for some reason, they didn't like me. Like, I don't know if it's just because of the way they are or because of the way that I am. But for some reason, they just didn't like me. And the reason why I think they didn't like me is because, Bertha, like, she was meant to be working for them. Like, she was meant to be working while they kicked back, and she was meant to support them. And I had told her this, but maybe she didn't believe me, or maybe she forgot about this. And before that, she was dating some guy, but the guy was just playing around with her too. He didn't take her serious, or maybe she was lying. Because like I said, I honestly didn't know her because she really didn't talk about herself. After the initial, first time that we kind of like went out and we hooked up, and then after like let's say 6 months of continuous kickback, then we started our relationship and we didn't really talk about the past anymore. So we just kind of like being in the moment. So she always used that as an excuse to not talk about herself, and so I really didn't know anything about her. And I really don't know the way she is. Even though I know the way she is because I know the way she is, but not because she would tell me. And so yeah, she started working at a company, and she met some people there. She met a lady there, and the lady there, according to what she told me, like the lady there, the lady there, I honestly think it was just her. I think the lady, every time she talked to me about some lady that was working there, she was using that lady as an excuse to tell me what she was doing. She just didn't see it like that, but that's what it was. And so yeah, so based on everything that she told me, based on all the stories that she's into, she's been involved in orgy. And the last thing that I knew that I was trying to tell her is that I was pretty sure that the company that she was working for, they were trying to get her into porn. And not because she's pretty or ugly, because like I said, she's not ugly, but just because they think that they can take advantage of her like that and get the most out of her for the least pay. And I was trying to tell her that, but she didn't take it like that. See, and she did mention conversation. She did mention conversation to me that one of the companies that works with them, that they're like kind of like the marijuana business. Like they deal with marijuana, but not directly. They sell products for it, and that one of the girls that got offered a job is supposedly issues happened between the employer and the girl and the other employers, because supposedly they do business together. But what I told Bertha is that it's a trick. See, it's a trick. The company that she works is owned by some guy and his wife. See, so it's kind of private. And the other company, it's a few companies. Alright, so it's their company that sells byproducts. It's a third party company. And a company that is a company that they're friends with the guy that owns the company that Bertha works for, and they're like good friends, but they secretly do porn, and they were trying to get Bertha into it, and in order for them to get her into it, the owner, started a relationship to trick her into, to getting comfortable with him like that, and eventually recording her and not making it seem like it's for porn, and somehow get it done through working, through employment, or through the employment process. That's what I think, that was part of her job, because she had told me that someday that she was working, that she had told her that to go kick it with her and stuff, and then in conversation she told me that a lady would tell her sometimes because she was a lesbian, and a couple of times she told me that a lady would talk to her about, because she would have orgies sometimes. That's what I tell you that I think that she was talking about stories of what she was doing. And all that I think is part of what all this is. Like I said, I don't know if these recordings or anything, but certain parts of it, at least the YouTube stuff, is like, at least the YouTube stuff between me and her, like it's accurate, like that's the way it happened, and the rest of it has to do with it, and it has to do with other stuff that, if the story continues, to be added more to that, and hopefully, the conversations can be kept separate, so it can be understood for what is being portrayed. Which is pretty much this is an explanation of a certain part of my life, and how it happened and why it happened, and kind of like the outcome, and that has other uses. That has many uses. That's it for you.